Welcome back to You Are Buzzworthy. Today we are going to be talking to my friend Atiba de Souza, aka the Content Superman, who has owned a very successful video marketing firm for over 15 years. His clients call him the SEO Super Sleuth, the business ninja, and the super connector. I make fun of them for all of that. He's my long lost SEO brother because he's been killing search engine optimization about as long as I have, which is before the term was even invented. Unfortunately, maybe before some of you were born. His agency is featured on Traffic and Conversion Summit, Digital Marketer Blog, Fox, Digital Journals, The Times, and USA Today. And today we are going to dive into how important video is in our search engine marketing mix and ways to get your brand at the top of Google results pages with his amazing Blue Ocean strategy. Welcome to the show, Atiba.
Well, Buzz, first and foremost, thank you very much. I think I have officially decided to hire you to do all of my intros because you were doing it and I'm like, who's he talking about? Is that I thought there was somebody else in the green room.
That's hilarious. Oh my gosh. You're a badass. It's the only reason you get away with those hats is because you are a super badass.
I am the guy in the Superman hat. Hey, but seriously, thanks for having me. It's a real honor to be here and to be a guest with you. I know you're doing really great things. I've watched you do really great things over the last bit of time that we've known each other. And so,
What is it, about a year now, huh?
Yeah.
Last TNC.
Yep.
Oh my
Yep.
goodness.
It's
For those
been
who
a
don't
year.
know what TNC is, the Traffic and Conversion Summit, which is like the largest digital marketing summit. It's actually run by Digital Marketer, who we're both certified partners in as well. And so we've been able to share a lot back and forth. Yeah, both of our backgrounds include video.
Yep.
Both of our backgrounds include SEO. So we were a
Yep.
natural there. But I wanted to bring you on and talk about video because video is not part of my core anymore. And I want to make sure that people know how important it is. So why don't we start with why video is so important for small and medium-sized businesses in this day and age?
That's such a great question, and I'm glad that you asked it. And if you would permit me, let me give just a little bit of a history lesson, if that's okay, as
Yes,
I answer
please.
this question. Okay. So in 2005, 2007, in that time frame, Google had a bit of a problem. And the problem that they were having was spammy marketers were taking over search. When you did a search on Google in 2005, 2007, a lot of the results that you were getting were from spam marketers. They did all kinds of algorithm updates to fix that problem because what Google wants, and this is key, what Google wants is to make sure that the results that come up at the top of search are relevant to you. So they fixed that problem. And then guys like me and Buzz had a heyday for about a decade or so because we understood what it meant to produce good content that searchers wanted. And so Google rewarded us and our clients by ranking blogs and web pages really highly. The cat's out the bag. And a lot of people have learned how to do it. And from 2017 to 2020, really, and even now, it became really hard to rank quality content at the top of Google search. You can write the greatest piece and it just wouldn't actually rank because somebody else wrote a great piece too, right? And then it wasn't even somebody else. Sometimes it was hundreds of somebody else's that you're competing with. Get this. In 2020 into 2021, Google made a major switch. And in that major switch, they said, we want to rank more videos. Matter of fact, we want to rank at least 50% of our database for videos first on page 1. That's what they said. But they also realized that even though they had a ton of content, Buzz, on YouTube, a lot of that content wasn't answering the questions. It wasn't actually great content that should rank. And so they're in a conundrum. They want videos. They don't have the videos they want. You as a small business owner, this is the greatest time to get ahead. This is why video is so big right now. This is the greatest time to get ahead because Google is desperately looking for you to create content to show to people who are searching for you so that they can find you.
I agree. 100%. Let's just end the show right here. That was it right there. Everybody, you got what you came for. Atiba de Souza just nailed it out of the park. First question of the day. We're done. No, actually, no. Now the hard work begins because now we understand why. And I think that it's important to even point out this most recent release by Google, which was the useful content update, right? That one was huge. And a lot of people were like, oh no, what's going on there? And so for those who don't understand what that is or are not privy to it, that is when basically Google now says that they are going to look at how long people are on your page when they do land on it from a search result. So not only your bounce rate or people who come to the website and don't do anything else and leave, that's a bounce. And most people are anywhere between 51 and 100%. Anything below 51% of your visitors not bouncing is good, which seems high, but that's how much trash is out there. This is one of the reasons why Google's doing what they're doing. And the second is, are they going anywhere? Are they converting? I think, me personally, if you don't have your Google tag managers set up and all the success tracking successes to let Google know when they've done something you want, that eventually that's going to be another indicator. And that'll be in one of the next core updates. Is that they want you connected with your Google Tag Manager to say, hey, listen, not only did they stay here, they went to another page, they actually took action. And that'll be like the next level, right?
Yes. Yes. And so all that is super important. And this was one of the underlying things that happened with the Core Web Vitals that most people just completely ignored. People wanted to freak out about Core Web Vitals and, oh my gosh, it's going. But what you missed was what Google was actually doing. Okay. What you missed was what is this Google Lighthouse thing that they put out? So Google went from saying, hey, we're going to take the results of a spider that just crawls your website, using those results to figure out, is your site good? Is your site bad? Et cetera, et cetera. Hey, we're going to start actually tracking real user data on your site.
Yes.
No longer laboratory data, real user data. And we're going to start comparing how real people are using your site to determine how we're actually going to rank you.
And that's so huge when you say real people. In my book, The Rule of 26, I actually have a chapter that talks about trash in, trash out. And most people don't realize how many robots actually crawl their sites, right? You got Google bots and spiders and crawlers and all the other stuff, right? All of those mean nothing to you as a business owner. And Google ignores all of that traffic altogether. So you need to be looking at your website just like Google is. And so one of the things I tell people is you need to filter out all bots so you can look at human interaction with your website. Because just to say, oh, I get 2,000 visits. Yeah, but if 1,995 of them are robots, you have 5 people looking, and 2% of 5 people is not a lot of people.
Right? So, absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay. Now we've heard all the gurus talk about video.
Yep.
And I've been involved with video marketing since 2006. And back in the early days before video was a big thing, this was before Google bought YouTube. We did a lot of video because I had a video department in my creative agency. So it was like, right, Buzz, come and talk for 5 minutes and we'll go make you look really good. And they did a really good job. But then when
Which is hard to do, y'all.
It's really hard. I've got a very shiny head. I stutter a lot and the whole 9 yards, as everybody knows who listens to this show, right? So one of the things though, is that the consistency and what we were doing was all contrived from everything else we were doing, right? Most small business owners don't have a complete creative agency behind them, right? What kind of mistakes, or what are the biggest mistakes business owners make when they try to use video in their marketing?
So there are a few of them. One, they don't start. They don't do it.
That's number one, folks. You can't do it if you don't start.
Okay.
Okay, end of the show again. Just right
Yeah.
there. Boom. Mic drop again. Jeez Louise. You're full of them today, Atiba.
Oh, thank you, sir. But seriously, you're probably listening to this right now and you're thinking that video is hard. You're thinking that I don't look good on camera. You're thinking that I don't know what to say. You're thinking and you're thinking and you're thinking and you're thinking. And the key in it all is your thinking. And that alone is your biggest mistake. Okay. You have to start with video. Your
So,
first videos are going to suck.
oh, there we go. Yes.
Okay. And you just have to admit that. If you don't believe me, go look at mine. Go search, and you got to go back pretty far, but go find my first videos. They sucked. Go find anybody that you think is famous out there, that's a thought leader in your industry or any other industry, and go all the way back to the beginning and watch their first videos. They sucked. If they're kind enough to leave them online. Not everybody even leaves them online. Okay. Your
Hey, let's
videos are
get
going
into
to
folks
suck.
that have been doing video for since before online videos were a thing, and how bad
Bro,
some of those videos look.
they were awful.
Yeah.
They were awful. So that's the first mistake. The second mistake is you said, no, Atiba, I recorded the video, but you didn't publish it.
Why do people do that?
Overthinking. Again, you're thinking. You're thinking. Again, you're thinking, right? In the act of building a muscle, you have to stop thinking,
Has to be
right?
reactionary. It
It
has to be
has to
part of.
become, it has to, right? You consider, let's go back to Karate Kid, right? In that famous scene, wipe on, wipe on. And it's like, why? Why am I keep doing this? You don't realize that you're building a muscle that
Mhm.
you're going to need later on, that you need not think about. It just needs to happen.
100%.
But don't do it over and over. It just, and that's why you don't upload. I know you're sitting with a folder full of videos right now that you did record. You say, I did it, I did it, I did it.
Or worse yet, they wrote all the scripts for it
Ooh.
and didn't record it.
And then
They're like
record.
they're like, they have the camera equipment, they've got the room, they've got their scripts, they've got everything set up, AKA me, and just don't make time to just
To
get it
do it.
done.
And that's the key. You just do have to do it.
Yeah.
Okay. And then here's the third biggest mistake. I know you asked for one, but I'm giving you
These are the
three.
3. These are the
These are
3
the
that make it all.
three. Okay. Here's the third. And this is the third for after you've started to build that muscle some, is you're talking about things that only you care about. You went into your little lab, into your little room, and you decided, here's what I want to talk about. And you think it's super cool, and no one else does. You're not actually talking about things your customer cares about.
Love it. That's a good one. It's definitely something that I see a lot of folks who come to me in looking at their strategy, and they always skip the marketing research step. For some reason, it's really hard for people to talk to the clients that they love and ask them what they like. What would they like more? What is missing from their services that they're getting from my clients? And then what would you like to see in the future? What are your
Yeah,
biggest questions? Like you were saying, what are your biggest questions? I know you have a program that actually helps people do that. Get out
correct.
of their own head and then you give them back a list of, I think, 100 questions that they
Correct.
can use for inspiration for probably over 500 videos easily.
Absolutely.
Easily. So we'll make
Absolutely.
sure that link is in the show notes. People can take a look at that. I've put up for the ones who are watching video, we put up his URL for clientattractionpros.com, and we'll have those in the
Thank you.
show notes as well. Okay. We have people who have failed to start, right?
Mhm.
Maybe started but didn't publish. Have people who did it, put it out there, and nothing happened. That happens a lot. And
A
hey,
lot.
shoot, we're on a podcast. People in just podcasting they don't get past 10 shows because
Right.
they think it's hard. They do all the things and nothing happens. Oh, nobody listens to my thing because I've had 10 shows and then I got 10 listens. And that's probably my mom for all 10, that type of thing. And they do the same thing on
Yeah,
YouTube. They go, I put 15 videos on there. I get nothing, man. I get nothing.
I hear it all the time.
Listen, people, it's not you build it, they will come. This is just like a
No,
brick and mortar. Okay. It's just on the busiest block in the entire galaxy called the internet. Okay. And people get lost really fast. Okay. So it's not about that. It's not about just it's there and it should take off. It should go viral, right? That you can do all the marketing research in the world and do all the best production in the world, and it still can fall down on its face if you don't market
absolutely.
it. You have to tell people it's there. Then those people will tell more people, all those good stuff. So what if somebody hasn't started video marketing strategy at all,
Mhm.
or the ones who have completely fallen on their face and are afraid to get going again? What actions can they take today to get that ball rolling?
Yeah, that's such a great question as well. Man, yeah, you're on fire for these questions you're asking, by the way, sir.
Well, I appreciate you.
Kudos to you for that. But seriously, though, and before I answer this question, let me put a caveat in one thing here. And this is about the point that you just made. And this sometimes might scare you a little bit if you're listening, and that's okay. I need to scare you, but I also need you to realize you got to do it. Okay. I learned this lesson many years ago from Russell Brunson, who said he's helped a lot of people do this. It takes 50 videos before you find your voice.
50.
Stop and let that resonate. How many have you done so far? So you have no right to complain about results yet.
And that 50 is over a certain amount of time as well, because you can't just do 50 videos and then
Right.
put them up and go, okay, that was it. Because those 50, if you did them all in one day, those are all from one person. You are a changing person day to day. And
Exactly.
so that snapshot of you is right here. And now if you did that tomorrow, it would be different. I've even
Exactly.
heard people say, shoot the same video 3
Multiple times.
different times,
Yeah.
not trying to be the same way, try it different ways, and then test that as far as that
Absolutely.
goes. Okay, continue.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because you just get better. You just get better. You find
Right.
better ways to say things.
So
But,
our first step is just to record a video.
yes, we're going to record a video. But
Okay.
let's talk. So we're talking to two groups of people. So if you're just getting started, I'm talking to you right now. Me and you right now. You ready? Here we go. So you're just getting started. Here's what I want you to do for me. Okay. You're in business. Customers call you. You've had opportunity to talk to people. What questions have they asked you? I want you to think about the exact questions that they've asked you. Don't paraphrase it. Don't put it in your words. Don't say, this is what they meant. I want you to write down the exact words that they said. And if you don't remember, you're probably going to have another call in the next day or two. Record the call, write down the question. Get the exact questions that they asked. Their exact wording, not something different, their exact wording. So that's step number one. Once you have that, you've got this question, right? Now, obviously, if you were in a conversation with someone, they asked you a question, you answered it. So you know the answer to the question clearly because you've already. I want you to get this trusty little device. And I know you got one. We all have one of these, whether it's an Android or an Apple. We all have a cell phone. And I guess a few of you have Windows too, but we won't talk about y'all.
Hey, it was a good try. I had one, so if you've had one, you're not alone.
I've had one too, so that's why I can make the statement. No, but we all have one of these. We have a cell phone that has fantastic camera equipment attached to it already. Camera equipment that's good enough to shoot great video already. So you've got the question. You know the answer because you've already answered it. Turn the phone on. Open the camera app. Go to the video recorder, hold it in front of your face, and hit the record button. Hit the record button and answer the question. Answer it, answer it, answer it. Hello, answer it, whatever it is, however long it takes. Answer it. If it takes you 30 seconds or 15 minutes, I don't care. Answer the question. When you're done, hit the stop button. This is step 2. You just did step 2. We're recording. Then step 3. This is where it gets real fun, folks. 95% of you already have the YouTube app on your phone. And if you have a Gmail account, it means you already have a YouTube channel as well. You probably never used it, and that's okay, because we're going to use it today. You're going to open the YouTube app, okay? You're going to open up that fancy little YouTube app, right? And I'm going to do it with you right now. Hold on, if my phone will cooperate. Of course, now I'm getting all kinds of notifications. It's not always how it works, right? So you're going to open up the YouTube app. And right here, let me see if I can get that right there.
Down on the
little
bottom, there's a plus sign.
You're going to click that plus sign. When you click that plus sign, something magical is going to happen. YouTube's going to open up and it's going to say, hey, I just saw you recorded a video. Would you like to upload it? And you're going to tell it yes. You're going to say yes. And YouTube's going to ask you, what's the title of this video? And you're going to type in the exact question that your customer asked. Again, not what you think they meant, not what you wanted to say, not the grammatically correct version of what they said. You're going to use the exact words. And that is going to be the title of your video. And then you're going to hit upload. Oh, but Atiba, aren't there descriptions and aren't there tags? Screw all that. Right now, you're just starting. Screw it. Just upload. Because we can edit after it's uploaded. But if you never upload it, it's a waste of time. So if you're getting started, those are your 3 steps. Write down the questions, record, upload right away. Don't wait. There's no delay. Upload right away. Oh, but I started. I don't care. Oh, but I missed. I don't care. People want to connect with your authenticity. People want to connect with you and realize, oh, you do know what you're talking about. That doesn't mean it has to be perfect and polished. They want to know you're a real person. Upload it right now. So if you're getting started, those are your action items.
Done and done.
Okay.
There's your mic drop. That was the mic drop. That was the end of the boom. Yeah.
Okay.
I added those. I don't do any outros, or I do an outro in post where I'll give them call to action and all the other stuff like that. But I'd rather it's the music hits. I don't know if you've heard the show yet, but yeah. So the format.
And that's all great. And that's because you've recorded enough videos to get to the place where you can do that. Right now, if you're starting, don't worry about any of that. None of that matters. The only thing that matters is wipe on, wipe off, build the freaking muscle of record, upload, clean up later. That's one of the beauties of YouTube. You can put out a video today and don't do anything to help it rank or help people find it. Then come back 6 months later and do all the right things, and all of a sudden it will show up and people start watching it. It's okay. Right now, your main thing is record, upload, record, upload. Do that. Okay, if you're just starting. Now, for my friends who've already recorded some videos, uploaded the videos, and you got 7 views, you got 20 views, you got 30 views, and you're like, dude, this took a lot of work. Why am I, what am I doing? And especially for you who have been doing it for some years. I know some of you have been creating videos. You listen to this, man, I've been doing this, and I've been creating videos for years, and I'm still at 30 views. What's going on? It's not working. I'm just struggling. I got 2 questions for you. Really 1 question, and then, yeah. So here's my first question. Can you honestly say that you created quality content? And that's a tough one to answer because your initial response is going to be yes. Your knee jerk is going to be yes. But I want you to truly consider, have you created quality content, which is content that answers questions that real people have? If you can say yes to that, if you can say, in this 15-minute video, I answered a lot of questions that my customers actually asked. Great. Great. That's awesome. This 10-minute video, I answered a lot of stuff. Great. Good for you. Here's what we're going to do. What you need to do now is splinter your video. Take the original video and chop it up into segments where you're just answering that question And the title of the video becomes, guess what? The question itself. The absolute question itself. Okay. So if you can say, yes, I've been creating quality content, that's what you do. If you can say, nah, if I'm real, I've been rambling and I've just been talking about stuff. And, we just been, man, we just been having fun. And it's been great. Scrap it and go back to all the advice I just gave everyone who's just started. Just start over. It's okay. And guess what? You can even delete videos.
Don't say it.
That's it.
Beautiful. All right. That'll be the end of that show. Well, you're good. I'm going to have to cut that up a little bit, but we will get it. We will get it there. I'm going to try to end this broadcast. For some reason, it dies on us. Let me know. Or just come back here.